Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Kayla, and here we love to talk about all things luxury and high-end makeup and beauty. So today I have the rest of the new Chantecaille holiday collection, the Lotus collection. So I have the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder as well as the Lotus Radiance highlighter. I'm also going to use the blush, but I reviewed that and demoed that in my video from last week. But if you want to see these two new products in action, as well as swatches and some comparison swatches, then just keep watching. Okay, so before we get started, I wanted to show you some swatches of the products as well as some comparisons. So I want to show the difference between the Lotus Blur Powder and then the regular Chantecaille Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. So I have some on my fingers, on the first two fingers. So this one is the regular, look like I'm giving y'all the peace sign. This is the regular Perfect Blur Finishing Powder from Chantecaille, and then this finger, sorry, no, I'm not flipping you off, is the Lotus Blur Finishing Powder. So as you can see, the regular Perfect Blur Finishing Powder is a lot darker, and that is the light shade of that. So a lot darker. So I think that for fair skinned people like myself, this Lotus one is gonna be a lot better. I don't think, I know, it is a lot better for fair skin, but there's a comparison of those. Here are some swatches on my arm. So this is so hard to see on camera, but this is the Lotus Blur Powder. This is the regular Perfect Blur Powder. And then this right here is the Lotus Highlight. So if I kind of create the shadow, you can see it a little bit better. But again, the regular Perfect Blur Powder is so much darker and has less of a sheen. So obviously I have my eye makeup done and I have foundation on, but no bronzer, powder, anything like that, since we're gonna be testing those out today. I'm wearing the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation, the one in the little pot. It's amazing. It went viral for a very good reason, but I've loved it for a really long time. So first we're going to use this Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. It's in this plastic packaging, the same as the blush. It's just obviously bigger. I have used this already, but here is the product. It's kind of like a, I know it's gonna look more yellow on camera, but it's almost like a light kind of champagne-y color. It doesn't add any color to the skin or anything. And applied, it has this nice sheen to it. So I wanted to show it next to their regular Perfect Blur Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. So I actually have this Flower Power one and I haven't even used it yet, okay? So it's brand new. But here they are next to each other. As you can see, you actually get more product with this Lotus one. It's 9 grams, whereas the Perfect Blur Finishing Powder is only 8 grams. But as you can see, the regular Perfect Blur is a lot more yellow. And honestly, that's why I haven't been able to get through one of them yet, because it does deposit some color on my face. Keep in mind, I'm very pale, but this Lotus one is a lot lighter. Also has more of a sheen. I know it's not gonna pick up on camera, but as far as for people with very light skin like myself, this Lotus one is gonna be your better option. Now, they make this Perfect Blur Powder. It's permanent and it's in just normal packaging. I just happen to have it in this one. I will use it, but it definitely is darker. So on Chantecaille's website for the Lotus Blur Powder, it says smooth and perfect your complexion with the soft focus blur powder that offers a hint of radiance. Whereas the other one, the regular blur powder, doesn't say about adding the radiance. It says how to use smooth on the Lotus Perfect Blur Powder with the Buff and Blur brush, which I don't have, blending in soft circular motions for a naturally flawless finish. So I'm actually gonna use my Sonia G Smooth Buffer brush. It's dense, but it's not too dense. See, it still is a really good brush for powder, and I've used this so far with this brush and another one, and this one's been my favorite. So I'm just gonna start swirling it in here. I said I haven't set my face with any powder yet. All I have on is the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation. And rather than buffing, I don't like to buff products into my face personally, just because I feel like it moves the product underneath around so much. But that's just me. I definitely think that buffing would provide a beautiful finish, but I'm more about like pressing products into the skin. So let's go ahead and put this on one side of my face. So just pressing it in, not buffing. All right, so there it is on this half of my face. I hope it's picking up on camera because it definitely took down some of the shine on my face, but it still looks very natural and very radiant in my opinion. So here's the side with the powder. Looks so beautiful, so natural. As you can see, it didn't deposit any color or alter the color of my foundation underneath. And then here's the side without it. I really, really hope it's picking up on camera. It is a beautiful finish. It's definitely more blurred in my opinion, but yet the finish still looks very, very natural and took down a little bit of that shine and dewiness, but it still looks good. So let me go add it to this side of my face. I'm gonna go ahead and add bronzer and blush. I'm gonna use the Chantecaille Real Bronze in Serena. And then I'm gonna use the Lotus Blossom blush. So let me go do that and I'll be back. All right, so bronzer and blush have been added. Next we have the Lotus Radiance highlighter. On Chantecaille's website, it says that it is a luminous highlighter that gives the high points of the face a beautiful warm glow. Here it is. It's in the same packaging as the blush. It's 4 grams, whereas the blush is 5 grams. And it is just like this beautiful, it's almost like a duochrome. I know it's not gonna pick up on camera. It really does kind of have this like subtle shift to it. It's really, really pretty. Here it is next to the blush for comparison. It's definitely more pinky whereas the blush is rosier and more browny and neutral. And I also wanted to show the highlighter next to the Chantecaille Flower Power cheek shade. So here they are next to each other. I thought they were more similar, but now that I'm looking at them, they're really not. But anyways, here they are next to each other. And then I know we're not demoing the blush today, but here are the 2 blushes next to each other as well, just for comparison. I'm actually gonna take this brush from BK Beauty. It's the 112. It's actually a brand new brush from them. It's from their extension of their core line of brushes. So I'm just gonna apply it like a highlighter to my cheekbones and just kind of, again, not swipe, not buff, just press it in. And it really just gives this really, really beautiful pinky shift. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more because I really want y'all to be able to see how pretty this is. And like I said, it's almost like a duochrome. I'm like, okay, Chantecaille, I see you. So there it is on this cheek. I really, really hope it picks up. It's just really, really pretty. It's this light, soft pink. It almost looks like it would be too dark for me, but it is not. It's really, really beautiful. So here's the side with the highlighter, and then here's the side without. It's really pretty. It looks very natural. It's not gonna be like a Pat McGrath highlighter or a MAC highlighter or anything like that. It's just very, very soft and natural, which honestly, that's what Chantecaille is about. So that's what I expected it to be, but I think it's really, really beautiful. So let me go ahead and add that to the other cheek, add some lipstick, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. All right, so here is the finished look. I pretty much have a full face of Chantecaille except for this eyeliner. It's from Kaleidos. It's one of their multi-chrome eyeliners, and I know they've been out for a while, but like, these are amazing. Anyways, I digress. Everything else is Chantecaille, and I really, really love this look. So overall, like if you are fair skinned like myself and you find that you struggle with the regular Perfect Blur powder, run, do not walk for this Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. It's beautiful. I've already purchased 2 backups because this is for me like one of the best finishing powders that I've ever used for my fair skin. It's like the Perfect Blur powder, but lighter, and offers just a touch more radiance. And we all want beautiful, radiant, natural looking skin. And like, I'm obsessed. I don't like that it won't work for deeper skin tones. I hope that maybe they make one for deeper skin tones. I do think that this will work as maybe a highlighter for deeper skin tones, but I'm obsessed. Like I said, I've already purchased 2 backups. So yeah, I know that's a lot, but I really, really, really love this. I already talked about the blush in my video from last week. I think it's beautiful. I've been reaching for it pretty much every day, just as a beautiful natural shade. And the highlighter I really, really enjoy. Now, is it anything groundbreaking or anything that you can't find somewhere else? No. But if you're a fan of Chantecaille and you like Chantecaille products, I think that this is a lovely addition to their collection. There's plenty of other pinky, duochrome kind of highlighters out there that are way cheaper and perform just as well and just as beautifully. So if you don't want to spend this much, then absolutely there's other ones out there. But I do love this and I will be using it, but I don't think that you necessarily need it. Now, if you want it, and like I said, you like Chantecaille, then yes, absolutely. It's beautiful, but you can definitely find something exactly the same or similar in other brands and for way less money. So anyways, let me know in the comment section down below if you picked any of these products up. If so, what are your thoughts on them? Obviously, I love them, but Chantecaille has my heart, so I may be a little biased. So if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of our little fam here on YouTube. And if you're not following me over on Instagram and TikTok, it's at beautybykaylak. I'd love to see you over there too. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!